Moving right along here. Let's see. Young lady right there. Yeah, you. Now I'm going to just start swinging around. Oops, okay.
Oh.
That's okay, that's all right, go ahead.
Morning, Senator Obama. My name is Maria Christina Herrera. I'm a student at Swarthmore College. And recently I was studying the Iraq War, and as much as I think that the troops need to be treated properly, and especially the ones that are on their second and third tour in Iraq, I'm concerned about your policy of ending the Iraq War perhaps too quickly. I'm concerned about the safety of the Iraqi people who did not ask for this war, do not ask to be lose electricity, be shut out of their homes because of all the dangers that are going on. So how are you going to be able to balance the needs of the Iraqi people as well as the security of the area with the troops, the demands the troops also have?
Well, I appreciate your point. I think we have a strategic interest in making sure that Iraq is stable. Stability is not going to come because of our military occupation. I mean, we saw this past week. You had Sunnis, we had Shias fighting each other. It had nothing to do with the U.S. occupation. It had to do with the fact that they haven't arrived at a political accommodation that would lead to stability in the country. And this has been the misconception that has been promoted by this administration continuously. The notion is that we can impose order in Iraq militarily. Now, keep in mind what I'm proposing. We're going to bring 1 to 2 brigades out per month. That is a very careful pace, designed to keep our soldiers safe, but also to ensure that you don't have complete chaos in Iraq. At that pace, it will take about 16 months to get all of our combat troops out. And that means, assuming that Bush hasn't lowered troop levels, which he won't, and I don't get sworn in until January of 2009, that what that means is we're looking at 2 more years before we get all combat troops out. We've already been in 5 years. At that point, we will have been in 7. If we can't get the various factions in Iraq to settle their disagreements in 7 years' time, we won't be able to do it in 14 years' time. We won't be able to do it in 21 years' time, or 28 years' time, or 35 years' time. So the key to solving Iraq is political, not military, and that's why we have to send a clear signal to the Iraqi leadership. We're not going to be there maintaining permanent occupations. John McCain has suggested we should. That is a wrong approach because it allows them just to continue to act irresponsibly. We have to ramp up our humanitarian aid. This whole notion that the Iraqi people are going to suffer, they're suffering now. We've got 2 million displaced Iraqis inside of Iraq who've been moved out of their homes, and we've got another 2 million that are outside of Iraq. And so I'm the only candidate who's proposed an extensive humanitarian plan that ramps up our assistance to help individual Iraqis relocate. And then we've got to initiate diplomacy, not just within Iraq, but with the various factions outside of Iraq. Not just with our friends like Saudi Arabia and Jordan, but also our enemies like Iran and Syria and the United Nations and the European Union. And if we can get all of them sitting at the table to determine the basis for a long-term stable Iraq, that's what's going to make a difference, not our troops. All right? That's absolutely critical to understand. All right.